Well, morning, everyone. Thank you to everyone that joined me on the live stream this morning. Again, this is Sunday morning. Of course, me being me, as you can see, the body's in the air. I'm trying to let the breeze and the sunshine dry out that hayfield I call a lawn. But again, I find I've been just kind of going through, looking the truck over more and more, checking things that I didn't check that I should have checked at first. Well, I found another thing to do with the suspension. As you can tell, this is a Peterbilt Air-Track suspension. Well, what I found was these wear pads are wore down. They're doing their job, and they're supposed to be replaced. Now, when was the last time they were replaced? I don't know. However, it's not a very big deal to change these. All I gotta do is just basically jack up this, either back there or right here. Jack up the suspension. There's a bolt right there. You pull that bolt out, unbolt these two bolts, but jack it up enough to where this will come out. I might have to put a jack or something like right here to pry it this end down. Drop this plate out, put a new one in, bolt it back up. That's what I see on the suspension right now. I do have another air leak back here. I think it's this right here. This is the valve for the piston to open the tailgate. I think this is leaking itself. What I'd like to do is get rid of that electric and make it a straight air system. Excuse me, is what I want to do. Okay, what I've been at already this morning, as I said, I'm working at the house right now. I might go and take it down to the pellet store. What I'm working on right now is I shorten this rod right up. Shorten this up as short as I can go with it. So, for the cab air ride. I don't have it hooked up, locked in place. But it's got a pretty good gap across the hood now. Better than what it was. I did wind up, again, I didn't record it, but the new pins came in and they are in. Did it tighten it up? I don't know. Matter of fact, I need to go for a ride, because you know what? Let's just go for a ride in my pickup and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And on the ride down, I will stop and show you the old pins that came out of here. Okay, down here at the shop, as I said, I did the pins yesterday. I want to try to take a day off and not work on the truck, but it's par for the course. Here's the pins. This is the driver's side. If you look at, you can see where it's wore down in there. It's wore down here and it comes back up, but it's still okay. This was the top side. I do believe this was the top side of the pin. I roll it 180 degrees around. This was the bottom, and it's still wore down there and there. Now we go over to the passenger side pin. Again, I believe this was the top side. However, it's wore there just a little bit. It's wore down into this part where the body pin, where the body part that's welded to the body, that's where this rests on. It wears down into there. You come over here, then it drops down again to a nice wear. I mean, you got that. All these gouges in there, like material got in there. Now we flip it 180 degrees. It's not wore here at all. It steps down, then it steps back up. So this is the only spot where it's worn on this pin. On this side. But this side was just destroyed. All those big, deep gouges, like it wasn't greased and junk got in there and gouged it. Same thing with this one here. But see, like this one, as I said with this one here, this is the original pin, wore down, then it steps up to this one as well. And then it steps up to that. You flip it 180 degrees, it's not, of course, that's not worn. You get a wear mark there, it steps down, and it steps back up. So I'm just gonna try to, okay, yeah. This was the bottom side and this is the top side. This is where the weight rests when the body goes up. This is where as the body pivots up, it pivots on this point section here. And it's pretty bad. So we'll find out tomorrow if replacing these two pins fixed my issue with the body leaning. Now, from what I could see, I didn't jack the body all the way up, lift it up out of the jack it up so I could see like where this was with the body rides on these. I didn't get a chance to jack it up to look, see if it was the hole was ovaled out, wore out, if I needed to change those. What I might do is bring the truck down, put the body in the air, and do like I did before with the forklift. Grab the corner of the body, lift it up, and see if there's how much play is in there. There might be a little bit of play, but I'm hoping nothing like this. Any of you that watched my live streams this winter while I was plowing will recognize this place. This is where my wife and son work. And what we're doing here is we're going to give an estimate for plowing this winter. The owner wants me to give an estimate for plowing. So that's kind of what I'm doing. We're just going to have to push everything back here against the fence from the front of the building back. Plus, well, here's the Frank J. Woodbridge construction. This goes between, we're in Thompson right now, over to Brunswick. New bridge being put in because they said it would cost too much to replace or repair the steel. This used to be a steel grate bridge. Back in '87 when I was a kid, I remember when we had the flood of '87, water was coming up through the grates here. Since right after that, they put concrete and paved it. Now it's just being replaced, but here's the new bridge going in right there on the right. Well, looks like the girders are all the way across. Are they? Yeah, the steel girders for the bridge are all the way across. And this is Main Street, Brunswick. Nice little town. This is I used to work for Public Works in this town. A lot of good guys there, but I guess a lot of people have left that were there. Pedestrians, right away. factory. It's gonna launch. Yep. Wait a minute. There used to be a traffic light right here. That's missing now. That's gone. Wow. Shows how long it's been since I've been up here. Oh, they did close it up. That right there used to be a 7-Eleven. But what we are in this town for is right here. He wants me to give him an estimate for plowing this Domino's as well. This will be a fun one because you get in front of the store, this side of the store, plus half of this out back here. Now my question is where do I need to push the snow? Do I push it straight in front of me? Because I also have to keep these two dumpsters right here cleared out. So I'm thinking this is where I want to push the snow. All right, yeah, that's pretty much what I think is going to happen here. We got a catch basin right here. So I have to be careful on what I push down here. And by the looks of it, this is where all the trash goes, was picked up. So that's probably what it is. I know these two dumpsters are theirs, and half of this, because there's a coffee shop right here. So basically like half of this parking lot and these two dumpsters I have to take care of. So unfortunately it looks like this corner here, everything's going to have to come around the building back here. I'm going to have to back drag this corner, shove out towards that road right there, shove along the road, and then back here. Plus I also have to come up with a estimate for snow removal in case we get a big storm. They don't have room to put snow here, stack it up. The store that my wife works at, he wants everything pushed back towards that fence, so that's not a problem there. It's just here. I don't want to push it up against this building either too much, because if I push it up against the building, it starts to melt, it gets inside, I'm responsible for any foundation damage. I don't think there's a foundation on this one, but there could be. If you look, you can see the cinder blocks, and that looks like a poured concrete foundation. It could be just a frost wall. But the nice thing about it is it drains right down here into this catch basin. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. This one here will probably be at least an hour. I'll say it, estimate an hour plot here, because this one's going to be a time-consuming job to plow. Now, I also have to look at, yeah, I'd like to upgrade the plow on the 550 to a V plow. I've called around looking for some. They're talking $11,000–$12,000 for those things to get. So, if any of you got a V plow you're willing to sell in like the Brunswick, Topsom, Lewiston area at a reasonable price, leave a comment, let me know. Because a V plow would by far be the best thing here. If I can't get my hands a hold of a V plow, I'll just have to buy the extensions to try to make that 9-foot straight blade I got into a little bit of a scoop, some wings for it to help make it a scoop. But I'm gonna go inside, talk with the employees, try to get a general idea of what was going on here. Wow, I guess the last two plow guys, they didn't have anything really nice to say about them. I guess the last guy never plowed this entrance to the store. It's got an entrance there and an entrance right there. They never plowed it. So we will be definitely making sure we take care of this place. If, again, that's if I get him. He wants an estimate, so I got to work up an estimate and give it to him, and we'll go from there. So, all right, let's get back to the house. I got a couple things I got to do. A couple of minor things to do on the truck. I did notice the other day that on the dump truck, my front drive, what I call the peg, which is the ring and pinion for the front axle, is leaking against the housing. So at some point in time soon, I'm going to have to pull that off, which is not fun. It is not fun at all. All it is is a minor oil leak. But it's not going to be fun because I'm going to have to drop the drive shaft, and I have to get like 4 bolts that are like 4 inches long. So I can literally take 4 bolts out, put these 4-inch long bolts in, undo all the other bolts, pry the housing back. That's the worst part, is I got to pull the axles on that as well to do that. But pull the housing back, reseal it, and then put the axles back in. So this is not going to be a fun little project. That is another half-a-day project. Again, this is all stuff I'm noticing now that I've been working the truck now. The wear pads on the suspension, yep, that's the normal thing. The seal leaking, the peg leaking on the housing. Shouldn't be leaking until I tear it apart, but it is what it is. Boy, things have changed again today for me. Tires for the 550. Remember how I talked about that I needed to get at least 2 tires? Well, Facebook Marketplace guys just popped up with 4 brand new tires for the 550. So I'm gonna swing by the ATM, grab some cash, and we'll go get some tires for the 550. Do I want to spend it? No, but you get 4 brand new 19.5 tires, 225 70 19.5 tires for 650 bucks is a deal. Well, I stopped by the pellet store, grabbed my M1 form, and what that is it shows that I am seatbelt exempt. So I had to grab that for the truck. Yeah, I talked with the owner of the gym there, the owner of the pellet store down here for a little while. I got the tires in the back. I'll show you exactly what they look like here in a second. Well, this is what they look like. And this tire was made, if you can look, you see the dates on them? That was a 52nd week of 22. So that means this was made the last week of December in 22. These here were made the 7th week of 21. I think that's what it is. I'll try to find the date on this one. Oh, right there. Sorry, it's the 17th week of 21. So the tires are only like 18 months apart. Brand new because it's still got the sticker on there. So I won't complain. When you work 6 days a week, there's not enough time on a Sunday to do what you need to do. Well, I want to do more work on this, but yeah, that's not gonna happen. Actually, it's the same tire. The tires I got are these exact same ones. These two, I'll check the other side. I don't think they're the same ones on the other side here. Yep, they are. So that's good. But anyways, yeah, having to take off to go get the tires, that kind of killed it for that. I said, I've got to get this hayfield mode. So, yeah, please like, share, subscribe, comment, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.